Welcome back to the Lumios Post, where we talk about all things Pokemon, and today we're going to be talking about the Pokemon Presents that aired this morning. Obviously, what else will we talk about? So let's just go ahead and just jump right into it. I'm going to be talking about my thoughts on what we saw, and also kind of just some things I noticed without doing a big deep dive into the trailer and origins of things and lore, all that. Just my initial kind of, okay, this is this. So first, we have the first DLC pack, and that is the Teal Mask, which will feature the Pokemon Ogerpon, as well as the Pokemon Pheasantipity, Munkidori, and Okidogi. These Pokemon are some of the strangest designs we've ever had. And I don't mean that bad. I love Pheasantipity, and I am really digging the vibes that Ogerpon is giving. I'm indifferent to Okidogi, Dogi, whichever one it is, and I do not like Munkidori, but I'm willing to just kind of wait and see it in game, moving around, to give it a chance. Obviously, that won't be until fall of this year, but either way, I'm willing to give it a chance. Now, one thing I've noticed is that I think that all of these Pokemon will be getting alternate forms. If you watch the trailer, it's, live action, which I think was really cool, a neat way to kind of introduce this area. It shows this set of masks that, people can pick up and wear. And there's a Pikachu one, an Eevee one, and then there's one for each of these Pokemon. However, the one for each of these Pokemon seems a little different from what we saw of these Pokemon. Whereas the Pikachu and Eevee ones are straightforward Pikachu and Eevee, leading me to believe that there is more forms for these Pokemon, one more at least, forms for these Pokemon, and that these masks represent those forms. First off, we have the one for Okidogi. This one is green and white, and the colors are very different from Okidogi right now. The same thing can be said for Pheasantipity. The colors are a little bit different, and for Munkidori too, they're a little bit different. Now, the colors are spot on for Ogerpon, but interestingly enough, it shows that it has like fangs, like its mouth is different on Ogerpon. And when you compare this to a shot in the trailer that shows this wooded area, and there's this sign there, there's like lightning flashing or something, or maybe it's fireworks, allowing you to see what's on the sign, and it's a picture of this scary beast, werewolf-looking Pokemon running from a trainer chasing it, who is accompanied by Pheasantipity, Okidogi, and Munkidori. So this kind of leads me to believe that this Pokemon that we're seeing being chased is Ogerpon, but specifically it's an alternate form of Ogerpon where its mask is removed, revealing a true form. I think the mask is a hindrance of it. Think very similar to Type Null and Silvally, where the mask on Type Null, or the helmet, whatever you want to call it, it's constricting its true power. It even kind of shows in the anime that it evolves by the mask breaking, and it kind of just comes out of Silvally, I'm imagining Ogerpon's very similar to this, but instead of an evolution, it's a form change. Another possibility of this is these could be special terrestrial forms. If you look at past gimmicks, there's always something special for certain Pokemon. So, like, for example, with Mega Evolution, there are of course, the whole gimmick itself is exclusive to certain Pokemon. Not every Pokemon can Mega Evolve. Then you have Z moves and Dynamax, where every Pokemon is able to do this, unless you're Zacian or Zamazenta, and then you're not able to Dynamax. And same with Eternatus too. But they have some exclusive forms for Pokemon, or exclusive Z moves for Pokemon. Like Snorlax gets an exclusive Z move, and also an exclusive Dynamax form called a Gigantamax form. So it stands to reason that we could see in DLC special terrestrial forms, if you will. One of my friends, Professor Cowie, who is just really killing on YouTube lately, he's been covering kind of his theory on what these kind of special terrestrial forms could be, calling them Terramax forms, and he has some amazing artwork of his ideas of what they could look like. So definitely go check Professor Cowie out and watch his videos, because seriously, it's great theory, great art, really explains it well. So I'm thinking that it's possible that Okidogi, Munkidori, Pheasantipity, this could be a special Terramax form, if you will, to borrow Cowie's term, It could be a special Terramax form for them. Maybe even that's the case with Ogerpon as well. Ogerpon does have like a little crystal on its forehead, and it is kind of similar to a Terrasol crystal, a little bit different in its shape, but it is very similar. So maybe it is like he Terramaxes and the mask drops, and it's this horrible werewolf-like beast. Either way, I'm super excited to see this. And of course, we're going to be doing more deep dives into this, as it seems people have kind of found what the story might be based around. So, of course, there's going to be more videos on that. So be sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you don't miss that. Now, moving into the next DLC pack, which is the Indigo Disc. Obviously, this is the one that's going to be covering the long-awaited third legendary, as we've been calling it, which now actually has a name, Terrapagos, which is a pretty cool name. You know, Galapagos, Terra, it makes sense. And he is beautiful. This is genuinely like a top-tier legendary design. I'm not a big Box Legends design fan, but this one goes up with like Lugia, Rayquaza, Koraidon for me. I love this design so much. Well, what do we know about this one? It seems that there may be some kind of battle facility here, which does make sense because, you know, that's just something Pokemon does. There's always battle facilities, like battle towers, you know, Battle Frontier, God help me, all kinds of things like that. And Scarlet and Violet doesn't have one, so it makes sense that now we're going to get our battle facility. That totally makes sense. And one thing to point out is that these places are not part of Paldea, you know, and in the Sword and Shield DLC, we went to other places in Galar. The Crown Tundra is a part of the Galar region. The Isle of Armor is a part of the Galar region. But this isn't the case here. They actually directly say in the trailer that the first area, which I keep forgetting the name of, it's like Kiti something, is an area that you go on a field trip to, and they specifically say, as you broaden your horizon beyond Paldea, or something along that. They say beyond Paldea, implying this is not Paldea. Then we get into the Indigo Disc. This is the Blueberry Academy, this place, and it says that you're an exchange student there. So, again, implying that this isn't Paldea, you know, this is probably another area that you're an exchange student at. Interestingly enough, it does look like two of the characters on both of these posters are the same characters, which is just kind of interesting on why these two will be popping up in both DLC, but keep your eye on these characters because they're definitely going to be important going forward. Now, another thing I noticed is that there are returning Mons in these DLC. That's to be expected. I believe they said around 230 Pokemon will return these DLC packs, probably like 115-ish in the first one and then 115-ish in the second one. And we first see the batch that they have for us, you know, it's things like Shiftry, Chingling, Ninetales in the first DLC, and then in the second DLC we're seeing Metagross, Alchemy, Esper, and a few others. Not the most exciting Pokemon for me, like, to reveal coming in, you know, no hate at all to these Pokemon. I'm a big Dugong fan, honestly, but I don't know, it just, when I saw these, I was kind of like, you know, there's not any that I'm in love with, so that was a little sad, versus with Isle of Armor, when they showed Lycanroc and they showed Talonflame, which are two of my favorite Pokemon, so I was super happy about that. But we do actually see some more Pokemon that are very likely coming in these DLC waves. If you look at the trailer when it's showing different areas in the Blueberry Academy, one screen shows like weather throughout some kind of area, and you can see a Mamoswine and on the little diagram, and you can also see a Geodude. Neither of these Pokemon are in the game, and the fact that they're appearing on a screen in the like little Blueberry Academy makes me think that Geodude and Mamoswine could very well be some of the Pokemon, or two of the Pokemon that are coming back in this DLC wave, which is, you know, pretty cool. I'm excited for that. You know, Geodude's a cool mon who didn't get the shine in Sword and Shield, and Mamoswine is a lot of fun too. I'm a big Mamoswine guy. Who isn't? It's a great Pokemon. So yeah, I am interested to see what this Blueberry Academy is. I feel like it's got to be more than just one school. I feel like there's going to be an area that the school is in. It was shown to be in the middle of the ocean, but I don't know, that land on the diagram, perhaps that's somewhere we'll visit, because if you look at the Pokemon, it kind of doesn't make sense for 115 new Pokemon, not new, but like returning Pokemon, new to the game of Scarlet and Violet, to be running around some man-made artificial island. That doesn't make sense, especially some of these choices. Like, sure, I could see Metagross walking around here, but what's a Whimsicott and a Zebstrika doing? You know, Dugong, I guess that could be in the waters around it. But either way, like I said, I think that there's going to be a little more to this area than just this. I am really upset that we didn't get, like, a poster of the area. We kind of got poster for the DLC packs, but not of the area. Like, Isle of Armor gave us this great art, and then, you know, the Crown Tundra gave us this great art. Whereas, you know, we didn't get anything like that showing the landscape of these worlds in these games. But I do imagine, because these are releasing in fall and winter of this year, that we will very likely get more information on these as the year goes on. Now, unfortunately, Pokemon does have a habit of kind of holding everything off for a few months after Pokemon Day. So we may not hear anything else on them until June, which is gonna be hard. But together we can get through this. Be sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell so that you don't miss any of the, you know, videos that we do covering this. And also be sure to comment down below what your initial thoughts were. Were you upset with this? Were you know, happy with this? What's standing out to you? What are the Pokemon you like? Do you hate these designs? Let me know all that in the comments below. And until next time, I will see all of you later.